Hello and welcome to Math with Dotun, where math is simple, fun and practical. Alright, this is the second video and now we are moving straight into factorization. So we're talking about factorization. And if you're just seeing this video, please go back and check the one we've done on highest common factor of algebraic expression, because we need that in this lesson. Alright, so we look at this expression that we are to factorize, 6x minus 18. Factorize 6x minus 18. So we're using the HCF, right? So we look at 6x and 18 and then we'll find the highest common factor. Okay? 6x and minus 18. So let's find the highest common factor. Okay? We know 2 is common to 6 and 18, right? So 2 in 6 is 3. The x stays, and 2 in 18 is 9, right? And then 3 goes in 3 and 9. 3 in 3 is 1, so we are left with x. And 3 in 9 is 3. So looking at x and 3, there is no common factor, all right? They do not have any common factor. So our HCF will be equal to 2 times 3, all right, which is 6. So the highest common factor is 6. So what are we going to do with the highest common factor? We factor it out of the equation, all right? And we'll put the remaining pieces in brackets. And how do we do that? Your first term is 6x, you divide it by 6, the HCF. And then the second term is 18, you also divide it by 6. So you factor out the HCF and divide each term by the HCF so that you know what is left after bringing it out, after taking it out of the expression. We need to know what we have left. So that's why we are dividing, okay? And I'll show you a trick after now. Let's divide. 6 divide 6, right? That's 1. So we are left with 1x, all right? And then 18 divided by 6 is 3, all right? And that's the answer. So we have fully factorized this because we have brought out the highest common factor from the expression, which is 6. And by the time you expand this, which is the opposite, if you should expand this, then it will take us back. All right, so we check with expansion. We do a check with what? Expansion. So we say expand. And when we say expand, it means we're going to clear the bracket by reversing what we did before. So we multiply each term inside the bracket by the guy outside, the highest common factor that we factored out. So we multiply each term, all right? So let's go. So that means we do 6 times x and then 6 times 3, all right? So 6 times x will give you 6x, and then 6 times 3 will give you 18. See? Checked. As simple as that. Okay, now I told you about the trick, right? If you've mastered your highest common factor, all right, all you need to do is to put the sign, all right? Here is minus, right? So I just put the minus, all right? So the trick is, once you're able to do this, you know the HCF is 6, put in brackets what you have here. The last step here, that's what you put in your bracket, x minus 3. But like I said, just like a trick. So I won't advise you learning by tricks, okay? Understand why you're doing what you're doing first, all right? Once that understanding is there, and you could even develop some shortcut tricks by yourself. But the first thing is that you should understand what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, okay? That's very important. So when you're learning maths, don't just run after tricks and shortcuts. Get understanding, all right? That's why we have the textbook, Understanding Math. All right, so that's the first example. Let's take the second one. All right, this is the second example. 12ab plus 15b squared. We are to factorize. All right, and remember we are using the HCF, so we have to find the HCF of 12ab and plus 15b squared. So let's go. 12ab 15b squared. All right, we could put plus. If you want to use the shortcut I told you, you could just put plus here. All right, 12 and 15, any common factor? 3, right? 12 and 15 are both multiples of 3, so 3 is a common factor. So 3 goes in 12 4 times, 3 in 15 5, right? The letters remain the same. All right, at this point we are done with the coefficients. There's no common factor again, 4 and 5 other than 1. Okay, so A, do we have A here? No. All right, but we have B and B, right? So let's factor out B. So if we factor out B, we are left with 4A, right? And then if we factor out B here, remember, we are left with 5B, because this is B times B. We only take 1, and then we have 1B left, right? So looking at 4A and 5B, no common factor, right? So that means our HCF will be equal to 3 times B, which is 3B, right? That's our HCF, 3B, okay? So let's come back here. So we'll bring 3B and we divide each term. We bring out 3B and we divide each term by 3B, okay? Since we are factoring out 3B, we have to know what we have left, and that can only be done by dividing each term by the HCF we have got, which is 3B. All right, so we divide each term by 3B. So this is 3B outside, and then B takes B. 12 divided by 3, that's 4, and then we have A there, plus 15 divided by 3 is 5, and then B squared divided by B is B. All right, so our final answer will be 3B brackets 4A plus 5B close bracket. All right, that's our final answer. I told you we can check, right? We check by doing expansion. So let's quickly do that. Check. Expand. How do you expand? Easy peasy, right? Multiply each term by the factor outside, by the guy outside. Just use this guy to multiply each of the other guys inside. So we have 3B. I'm just going to write that. 4A plus 5B. So I'm going to do 3B times 4A. So 3 times 4 is 12, and A times B is going to be AB, plus 3B times 5B. 3 times 5 is 15, and then B times B is B squared. Checked. All right, 12AB plus 5B squared, 12AB plus 5B squared. So that means we check. But remember again, the shortcut I point your attention to, in case you're doing this in an objective exam where you do not really need to show your workings. All right, once you're able to get this and you know your HCF is this will be the remaining pieces inside. So if this is plus, you put your plus there. So that will be 3B bracket 4A plus 5B. All right, which is the same thing we've got. All right, so if you can master your highest common factor in this columnar method very well, you can always use that as a shortcut for your objective work. Okay, thank you. We'll move now to example 3. But please, if you need to go over the video, you can pause, you can rewind the video, you can go back and study. Just work with it whichever way is best for you. All right, you don't need to just flow through the way I am doing it. If there's something I've said you need to go over again, just pause, take it back, and listen to it again. Thank you. Example 3. All right, this is example 3. Here we have an expression of 3 terms, okay, and with some big numbers, okay. But the first thing is for us to find the highest common factor, right? So let's go find the highest common factor. So we have 40 n raised to power 3. You have negative 25 n raised to power 2, and then we have 35 n raised to power 4. Okay, so the first, let's deal with the coefficients. Okay, what is common to 40, 25, and 35? 2? No. 3? No. 5? Yes. Okay, so 5 in 40 is 8. 5 in 25 is 5. And then 5 in 35, 7. All right. At this point, we have 8, 5, and 7. You can see no common factor, right? All right. So we move to the letter n squared, and so we have n. So we can take it one by one until we can't take again. All right. So if we divide all by n, this is n raised to power 3. N raised to power 3 is n times n times n. So if we divide that by 1n, so 1n will cancel 1n. You have n times n left, which is n squared. Okay? All right. So the same thing applies to n squared. If we divide by n times n divided by n, we have 1n left. So this will be 5n. And the last one, you have n raised to power 4, n in 4 places. All right, divide by 1n. So you only take 1 out of the 4 places. So you have n in 3 places, right? So that will be 7n raised to power 3. We still have n across the terms, so we can take another one. Now you know that if we take divide n squared by n, we will have n. And then 5n divided by n will take n, so we have only 5. And by now too, you know that if you divide n raised to power 3 by n, you have n raised to power 2. All right. So at this point, we have 8n, 5, and 7n squared. No other common factor. Okay? All right. So we are left with 5 times n as our HCF. All right, and that is 5n squared. So now that we have our HCF as 5n squared, let's go factorize. So we factor out the 5n squared, and then we divide each term by 5n squared. (25n squared) divided by 5n squared minus 35n raised to power 4 divided by 5n squared. Okay? Alright, so let's do the division. We already have our 5n squared outside, which is our HCF. So 40 divided by 5 is 8. And to the power of 3 divided by n to the power of 2. So that means n in 3 places, and then you're taking 2 out of it. That means you only have n in 1 place. Alright, just n. Here, 25 divided by 5 is 5. And then n squared divide n squared. That's 1, right? Out. Over here, 35 divided by 5 is 7. And then n in 4 places divided by n in 2 places. So if you take 2 out of the 4, that means you're going to have n in 2 places left. All right? And that is our answer. And once again, look at your HCF. You have 5n squared, and you have 8n, 5, and 7n squared. So all you need to do is to put the right directions, the signs. If it's minus, minus, and plus, whatever it is, you put it there. Okay, I believe it's clear. And if we check this by expanding, we're going to get back 40n raised to power 3 minus 25n squared minus 35n raised to power 4. I'll leave you to do that check. All right, so check and tell me if it's correct in the comments. I'd like to know. All right, so like I said, if you need to go over, rewind, pause, and try to understand every bit and pieces of it. Factorization is very simple. All you need to do is to find the highest common factor, bring it out, and then put the remaining pieces in brackets. And how do you get those remaining pieces? You divide each term by the HCF, no matter how many terms you have, right? Divide, if you have, like here we have 3 terms, you could have 4, you could have 5, or it could just be 2, okay? So you divide each term by the HCF, and then you leave those pieces in the brackets. All right, I believe it's clear. Please check the comments. I have some exercises for you. Bye.